All right, let's talk about Olu Fashanu of the New York Jets. So, if you didn't hear, if you don't pay attention to the draft, Olu Fashanu was considered one of the better offensive line prospects of this draft class. The Jets, who went out and added two new tackles, wanted to really make sure they had that position locked up. So they decided to say, let's draft Fashanu as well with the 11th overall selection. They actually had him play both left tackle and right tackle in the preseason, kind of, I think, trying to see, what he can do and where he is best at, or really just give him reps at both positions, because he might, if Morgan Moses goes down, then he'll play right tackle. If Tyron Smith goes down, then he'll play left tackle. So let's get him reps at both, which I think was a smart idea. But how did it go? Well, we'll get into it. First, starting off with the play you see on your screen, he's a left tackle here. It's a one-on-one block in a passing concept. You're going to see this Commander's edge rusher is going for an outside move, something we would see guys try and do against Fashanu a decent amount. But one of the things I really like about Fashanu is he has really good hands. It's one of those things where he got compared to Joe Alt coming out of college, because those were the top two tackles. And I think Joe Alt has some of the better hands like we've seen in quite some time. So that almost, in a weird way, got used as a negative towards Fashanu. But his hands are really good too. And, he's got his left hand over just enough to where Wacho is able to use his strength to get that edge rusher away, and also lets go before getting the holding penalty once his quarterback started moving outside the pocket. That's really smart awareness on top of it, and that's something I think he's one of the smarter offensive linemen I've seen come out in quite some time. He's really good at that stuff. He picks up blitzes well, all that good stuff, and also knows how to let go of a play that could result in a hold like he did there. I know it might not seem like a highlight reel level play, and it's not. It's not a highlight reel level play, but it's a good play, and it just also shows that he is able to make these consistently good plays. Like this one's another one where it's going to, again, be a one-on-one block, again, in this game where he is a left tackle. 3rd down and 7 here situation, and watch what happens. So, as you see, the edge rusher is going to go for more of an outside move, but really, isn't kind of getting anything right here. Fashanu has exactly what he wants, has the hand placement he wants, has the feet where he wants. This is not looking too dangerous here for the Jets. Because of this, watch how he really holds on to this block for forever, even when the quarterback tries to scramble in that direction and kind of runs directly into someone else. Fashanu did a great job on that one, so definitely good stuff there. This one's another one. We're now going over to the Panthers game. So this is when he's playing as a right tackle in this one, where what's going to happen is, again, it's going to be a one-on-one block in this situation. When it begins, you see Fashanu, gets that right hand all the way over to the right shoulder pad area of this Panthers player. Panthers player is still going to push back, trying to get towards the quarterback, trying to use his strength to get towards the quarterback. But watch what Fashanu does. Watch Fashanu get his hand on the edge rusher's chest and just push him behind the quarterback. Again, it's the hand placement and that strength that he has. It's a really deadly combination. I know my podcast co-host Kyle actually had Fashanu as his number 1 tackle in this draft class, and it was largely due to the things I'm talking about, largely because he did a really good job at being able to, pass block incredibly well, and the hands and the strength combined, make him a great pass blocker. I was not quite as high on him as my podcast co-host Kyle. I think a big part of it was I wasn't crazy about his run blocking. Not to say it was bad, it's just listen, I think he's a really good prospect. I think it was a smart pick to take him at 11. Just that was kind of why I wasn't saying he's better than Joe Alt like Kyle was. And so watching the run blocking in the preseason tape, I got to be honest, I was a bit underwhelmed, and I'm someone who wasn't crazy about that coming into this. I thought it was, I did think it was a bit of something he's going to have to work on, where you see what's happening here. When this play begins, really, this Commanders player is kind of overpowering Fashanu, and it's the same issue that I talked about in college, where it seems like Fashanu lets guys come at him in the running game, which is weird, because every offensive lineman loves run blocking because they get to be the one who attacks. It seems like for whatever reason, Fashanu he's the one offensive lineman in history that likes to pass block more than run block. Because of that, this run just doesn't go for a ton. And it was the guy that Fashanu was trying to block that made the play. Good defensive play. You always have to give credit to the guy who makes the play, of course. But this was a bit of a trend. This one's another one. It's again going to be a one-on-one block right here. This is in the Panthers game, so now he's the right tackle on this one. When it begins, you're going to see what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to get more towards the bottom of the screen of this interior defensive lineman, so he can push him further up towards the top of the screen, get him away from that area. That's what he's trying to do on this play. And to be honest, it's not going to work. That Panthers player is able to kind of overpower him. And anytime you see Fashanu getting overpowered, it's not because he doesn't have the strength. It's, again, I think he was just a bit timid in getting over there. He really needs to work on getting that speed up a little bit more, that first step up a little bit more in the run blocking game. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is a weird thing that it seems like does kind of plague him a little bit. To be honest, he kind of came in and was what I feel like I kind of expected him to be, which is okay, I think he's going to figure the running game stuff out. I don't think that that's going to be an issue too much eventually. I think part of the concern, though, if you're a Jets fan, is they kind of want him to be good right away, because the thing is, okay, yes, he's a backup, but I think the assumption going in is at some point they're going to have an offensive line injury when you have two veteran tackles who have, Moses has been pretty healthy, but Tyron Smith has had some real injury history. I think the expectation is we definitely want to make sure we have insurance here. I think the hope was that he could come in and play well right away. I think pass blocking, he could do that, which is the main goal, right? They want to keep Aaron Rodgers healthy, and while it's not just tackles that keep Aaron Rodgers healthy, keep the quarterback healthy, right? Receivers getting open helps protect the quarterback. The quarterback themselves helps protect themselves, and obviously you're going to have some hits regardless, but an offensive lineman still helps protect the quarterback. So having Fashanu there, will help out with that. Will do the goal that they're trying to create there. I do wonder, though, listen, the Jets like to run the ball. That is a part of their game. And so if someone like Fashanu isn't a super great run blocker, it then creates issues, right? I mean, let's say, for example, Moses gets injured. You can still then run to the left, but then you're kind of tipping your hand a little bit. It becomes a whole thing. So at the same time, though, I feel like I'm almost talking about him as though he's an incapable run blocker. He wasn't terrible in the run blocking game. It just wasn't he's not where he excels at, right? It just isn't. But yeah, I mean, those are kind of my thoughts on his preseason performance. I think it was mostly fine. I think it was probably pretty good, if anything. The fact that he can pass block as well as he can. I'm sure Jets fans are fine with everything I'm saying, but you gotta talk about the negatives too, not just the positives. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.